Welcome back to CryptosRus. I am George. We're all George. So what is going on today? Binance settlement coming soon, but Kraken gets sued. Despite these bad FUD-ish news, Bitcoin continues to rally, but not alts. Alts took a dive today. So today is a strange day. But let's talk about everything, and let's talk about what to expect after all this FUD-ish news. Let's do it. Welcome, guys. You know, look at Bitcoin's chart. Bitcoin just continues forward, okay? Normally, if this was back in 2022 or early 2023, with this kind of news today, Bitcoin probably would have dipped back to 35 or maybe even lower. But you know what? Bitcoin is it just keeps on going. We're actually higher than when I streamed this morning. This morning it was like 37.2. We're a little higher than that, and we almost cracked 38 again, right? So Bitcoin is actually holding extremely strong right now, and that's awesome. Because normally speaking, again, we haven't seen this kind of Bitcoin strength since basically 2021, as if we're in a bull market already. Now, outside of Bitcoin, not so much. Today, you got Solana down like 8%. You got a whole bunch. Avalanche, these high flyers down 9%. You got Chainlink down 5%. You got a mass exodus. Caspa down 12%. Mass exodus of alts. Why is that? Seems like that money may be flowing into Bitcoin, okay, because of all the disruptions or FUD from today. Let's talk about it. First of all, we know that Department of Justice and SEC and CFTC, they all try to gun for Binance right now. However, it was rumored today that Department of Justice basically said, hey guys, we know that you did a lot of bad things, supposedly, allegedly, but if you just give us $4 billion, it's all good. It's all good. You know, let's just settle right now. Right, here's the thing. Binance is outside of U.S. CZ lives outside of U.S. They can't extradite him. They can't really do anything. So this is just like kind of like a farce at this point. So Department of Justice kind of knows that. Like, they know they really have no power over Binance or CZ, which is why it makes this so ridiculous because, again, neither one are in the U.S. So it makes you wonder how they could go after someone anyways. Regardless, that's why they're probably seeking settlement. And it's probably they leaked this out on purpose to try to drive Binance to do this. And I'm pretty sure Binance and CZ wants this over with anyways, right? So they'll probably go settle, not at $4 billion. I bet they find some middle ground, $1 billion, $2 billion, or something like that. But, you know, this is kind of like extortion, right? Again, if you're charging someone that supposedly did a whole bunch of bad things, why would you even settle, right? So it doesn't seem right. And I tweet this out just for fun. U.S. government, hey, CZ, you broke many laws, and you are in huge trouble. But if you pay us $4 billion, it's all good. That's what it sounds like. So I'm pretty sure they're working it out. But again, I think the Department of Justice knows they really have no case. They really can't do anything. So they might as well just get some money and settle this, okay? So that's the thing. That's number one. But supposedly, with the settlement, CZ is supposed to face criminal charges. So that's like the silver lining that even if they pay, they want to charge CZ, which you know in hell is not going to happen. They're not going to settle with this. So they're probably going to settle where, hey, no one gets any criminal charges. Nothing happens. Binance and CZ admits no wrongdoing, but they'll pay like $1 billion in fine. Something like that. I'm assuming that's what's going to happen because this, again, they have no leg to stand on. Okay, so that's number one. And that's pretty big news already. Everyone's talking about it. But, you know, that's not all. You know, maybe the Department of Justice called SEC and said, hey, you know what? This would be a good time to spread a little bit more fear about Bitcoin or crypto in general. So, you know what? Gary Gensler's like, all right, let's do it. So let's sue Kraken for selling unregistered securities. It's operating as an unregistered exchange. And not only that, let's accuse them of a little bit more. Let's accuse them of commingling customer funds. So the SEC sued Coinbase, right? Also Binance, and now they're suing Kraken. And Kraken, they're going a little bit beyond, saying that they're kind of like, they're almost hinting like FTX, like they're commingling customer funds, how they deposit everything in a bank account. They actually use it to pay for operations, which actually sounds even worse. Okay, so yeah, that's exactly what happened. And here's the thing. The SEC already sued Kraken back in February. Supposedly staking is a security. So Kraken actually settled and paid $30 million. I don't know why staking is somehow deemed a security. I think that, Kraken just didn't have enough money to fight, but that should be fought over. Just because you stake something doesn't automatically make it a security, right? Just like if something is sold in the secondary market, doesn't automatically make it a security. Just like if a project had an ICO, doesn't automatically make it a security, right? And those are things that Ripple fought against and won. Someone actually needs to really fight the SEC over this, because staking itself does not constitute as a security. Okay, but here's the thing. SEC already attacked Kraken. Had they known that, hey, Kraken was selling securities, why wouldn't they sue them at that time? Why now? All of a sudden, 9 months later, they already engaged with Kraken. They already dealt with them. And now they're coming back. Doesn't make sense. It's not like within the last 9 months they just learned new information. They knew this already, how Kraken operated. So this whole thing sounds quite fishy. It's almost as if someone picked up the phone and called both of these departments and said, "Hey, let's just cause some FUD. Let's try to do some damage." I don't know. It just doesn't add up. But here's a good thing. Despite both of these FUD-ish news coming out, like I said, Bitcoin is still holding strong. Like if this was 2022, Bitcoin probably would have fell like 5,000, 10,000 points. Like this bad news. It's bad news indeed, right? But like at this point in time in 2023, late 2023, heading into 2024, with all the good things happening and with SEC losing its strength because of all the cases they lost against Grayscale and Ripple and possibly Coinbase next, people know that just because SEC alleged something doesn't mean it's true, right? You just have to fight it. Unfortunately, a lot of crypto companies don't have the money to fight it, but the ones that have, they have won and won and won again. So that's good. That's good. So that's why Bitcoin is so strong. Bitcoin holders are not deterred, and they will continue to stack sats and go. But like I said, alts bled out today. Could possibly be, what's happening with Kraken. People are afraid. I see people, in the chat saying, what should I do with my crypto on Kraken? I don't know that many people that actually use Kraken. I actually don't use it at all. But that could be the reason. Or it just, it's just a coincidence. The whales decided to dump some alts today. They're profit taking, trying to cause some fear, and maybe putting that into Bitcoin. Or they're putting that in BNB, which happens to be up about 6% today. I don't know. The money's going somewhere. It's probably going to BNB and Bitcoin right now, right? So that's why they're so strong. Anyways, so today's news, despite bad things, Bitcoin continues to get stronger, and who knows, we may even break 38,000 tonight. Despite all the bad news, think about that. That shows you how strong Bitcoin is right now. And this morning, yes, we had Argentina elect a new president that's very pro-Bitcoin. Let's not forget about that, right? That's huge. You have a country of, someone said it this morning, like 47 million citizens, 50 million that possibly could be embracing Bitcoin in a big way. A lot of them do already, but if the president has anything to do with it, it could be even better. So we just got so much bullishness right now. no one dares to sell Bitcoin. And of course, we got ETF saga, right? There's just a whole bunch of fund managers and fund companies that's trying to offer ETF. And there's a whole bunch of people waiting to buy those ETFs. 100 billion in TradeFi waiting for Bitcoin approval. This is according to Bloomberg. This is not just according to some random Joe on the internet. Okay? This is according to Bloomberg Intelligence Analyst. That's a serious title, a serious role. And they are saying there's $100 billion right now waiting to come in to Bitcoin through ETFs. And that's just the beginning. 100 billion, barely scratching the surface. Okay. Too much momentum that's happening right now. Even I didn't even miss this. This was tweeted yesterday, but Van Eyck, also one of the big fund managers, their tweets are all about Bitcoin now. Look at this. Adopt a non-Bitcoiner for Thanksgiving. Take a video explaining Bitcoin to a relative and friend. We'll send you 2 items, right? They're even telling people to go and spread the word about Bitcoin. Obviously, they have a Bitcoin SPY ETF approval waiting too. But, just goes to show you, all the institutions want to embrace and jump in, right? Can we say that back in even 2021? No. We couldn't even say that back in 2020, even though there were pending spot ETF approvals, but no way that they were going to get approved in 2021. Can we say that back in 2017? No. None of these guys wanted anything to do with Bitcoin back in the day. But now it's different. Very, very different. However, the charts are not different. Charts are actually looking quite similar. A lot of fractal patterns that compare our movement now versus the 2016 cycle. Okay, and you can see what happened in 2016. There's basically was it a broadening wedge? Is that what they call it? But yeah, that's what we've gone through, and we're peaking out. We're breaking out of that. Okay, so it's looking good. It's looking good, and of course, when comparing our current trajectory with previous cycles, okay, not just one cycle, but you go all the way back to the very beginning, the first cycle, second cycle, third cycle. Basically, we're just mimicking it. Of course, the peaks and valleys and dips and everything else and the rallies, they're a little bit different. But overall, it's the same story. You accumulate before the halving event. Okay, we had a little bit of a hiccup back in 2020 because of the pandemic drop. So yes, that did show we went down. But if you look at all previous cycles, what do we do? We started trending upwards, upwards. We hit the halving event, and then boom, we go. We go to the moon, right? That has not changed. But this cycle around, a lot of institutional interest, right? That will be the game changer. Previous cycles, we didn't have that. And the institutions, as much as we hate to have institutions come into the space, but it opens up liquidity, massive liquidity that the space have never, ever seen before. We're talking about trillions upon trillions. Right now, we're talking about hundreds of billions, but by the end of 2025, we're talking about trillions upon trillions of liquidity coming in to the entire space. Okay? That's what institutions can bring. And an ETF can also do that. If you just look at gold's ETF chart, when the gold ETF was introduced, gold was like this. Before it was introduced, it was like this. And then after ETF, it just went like this to the moon. Okay, so that's going to happen for Bitcoin too. All right, so Bitcoin is very strong, still moving. Holders are not going away, and we're getting international adoption as well. But what about everything else out there? That took a slight dip today. If you've been waiting to DCA into some of these hot alts, today is actually a really good day because, like I said, a lot of them took a huge breather. Even though Solana leads institutional investments, okay? I showed that this morning, even above Ethereum. 8 straight weeks of inflows. Awesome. But today they took a dip. They took a dip. They took a breather. We're at 55, which is where Solana was only like 2 weeks ago. It's not like they took a huge dip, but it's much cheaper than this morning when it was at 60, right? And of course, they have a lot of institutional inflows right now, just like Bitcoin, a whole bunch of money flowing in, and all the metrics that measure their TVL, the activity, are all going up. So fantastic. But it's not just them. You got many others like Avalanche. Avalanche also took a dip today, but you know, they have a lot of things going on. They have some of the biggest banks out there that's now testing DeFi for bonds, for currency, for everything, right? You're having big major banks like Citibank that's using Avalanche right now, okay, for real world DeFi, not crypto DeFi. That's exactly what they're doing. And of course, just like Solana, they have a lot of games, a lot of activities, right? That's happening. Their transaction count is going through the roof. And I saw this randomly. This is a new game that's coming out on Avalanche. It looks like Fortnite, right? Maybe even better. But these are the type of games that's coming to the space that we haven't had before. Been waiting for games like this that can actually potentially draw in millions and millions of users to the space. We've heard of promises since 2017 to 2021. Now it seems like they're finally coming in 2024, right? We're going to get some of these awesome games that can drive a ton of users to the space. For Avalanche, for Solana, for Polygon, and for various other L1s out there that are also onboarding a ton of games, right? So, awesome. Awesome stuff. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Another big fight videos coming out. This one featuring Phil from Suka. A lot of you guys know as Suka. This one is going to be really good on CryptosRus Plus. So it's at 9:30 tonight. Make sure you check it out. It's hilarious. This one is going to be good. Very, very good. All of them are good, but this one will be spectacularly good. All right, let's do some Q&A. Oh, Black Friday sale. I don't have affiliate code for TradingView. I should. All right, let's do some Q&A. Oh, by the way, in case you guys are wondering, because the alts took a dump, my Celestia 10x long got liquidated. So I lost like $300 on that. But the good thing is my 20x BTC leverage is still up. So it makes up for that. And I'm plus $812, up 77%. That's pretty good because of strength in Bitcoin. But my Celestia one got liquidated. So that's no good. So that's the thing. You know, part of me being a DGen is to show you guys how easy it is to get liquidated. I didn't set a stop loss either. I should have. Whenever you play with leverage, you should set a stop loss. But yeah, things get crazy. When there's volatile times, your 10x, 20x, 50x gets wiped out immediately, right? And we're seeing that a lot more these days. So be careful, very, very careful about any leverage that you may be putting on. Just to throw that out there. All right. Let's see. What did I miss here? Let's see. Did Sin City Crypto come in here? I saw someone at them. If Robin or David are here, welcome, guys. Welcome. I just did a live stream with them recently. Released a Kraken Kraken is the only hope for Canadians. SEC equals the mob. ADA will be at 50 cents by Christmas of 2045. I see what you did there. Let's see. ETH is stagnant. That's true. Wax P pars ass. I have too much, and I know that nothing is going to happen on Wax. You know, there's actually a lot of activity. NFT activity is still sky high in Wax. But they just get overlooked. Every cycle they get overlooked. They really never hit their stride. I don't recall, even in 2021, them hitting really their stride. Team McDaniels, GFall. I don't know about GFall. I can't really comment on it. I don't know enough about it. Sophiaverse. Well, that's from Singularity. I don't know. That sounds kind of, I don't know, bandwagony. That just made that up. It seems like they just created a whole thing around Sophia the robot, but you know, I don't hear much about it because there's been a lot more other AI robots that have been released that seems more advanced and more human-like than Sophia. So I don't know. And it seems like that's kind of like a play of metaverse, right? And I don't know about Sophiaverse. If you want an AI play, Singularity is a good play, right? That's kind of part of it. It looks like upcoming gala. Yeah. Again, I think I looked at it, but I don't know enough about it to let you know. Can I rate your portfolio? No, and you didn't list it. I could tell you if I like them or not. Ronald Chalker, big super chat. Appreciate it. First super chat on the live stream. Really appreciate it. Coinbase is fine in Canada. I was going to say, in Canada, you really have just a few options. I don't know if there's anything else, but yeah, Coinbase and Kraken. I don't know if Gemini operates in Canada. And then plus all the foreign exchanges too. Why is Gary trying to ruin the crypto space? You know what? That's a good question. I have no idea. Jordan, appreciate you for streaming during the bear market and keeping real. You're welcome. The inflows for institutions, wealth funds, and FOMO are about to be crazy. I 100% agree with you. Like, I can't imagine what 2024 is going to be like. As good as it is now, I just can't. Like, if this time, you know, November in 2024, you know, Bitcoin could be at 100,000 already. Maybe even higher. Like, with all the institutional money, whew, it's going to be so much. Is Coinbase ever going to add perpetual future? They did. Coinbase did. For Solana and Avalanche. Also another reason why they're so strong. I think that may be the reason why Solana and Avalanche both dipped. In fact, that reminds me because Coinbase added perpetual futures for both of these. And after today's news about Kraken, maybe people are fearful that they may go after Coinbase for something else. I don't know. But then again, a lot of things went down today. BNB is skyrocketing. I told you guys, I in my Sunday video, I even specifically said BNB is one of those that tends to, you know, be stagnant for a long time and then just goes upwards, right? And today it makes sense because if this settlement happens, right, then they're back in the clear, which probably is going to happen because DOJ doesn't really have any legs to stand on anyways. They're going after a foreign company and someone that lives on foreign lands. It doesn't even make any sense. Gary's being paid well to hold it back as long as possible. I think so. Today, it just seemed like someone picked up the phone and said, hey, Gary, this is a good day to kind of like, you know, wreck the markets. The funny thing is, it's not really getting wrecked at all. Just look at it. Today, the total market cap is up we're still up, guys. It may seem like a bleak day, but we're up. Bitcoin is higher than it was this morning. Ethereum actually went up higher than this morning. And then you have BNB rallying, right? So actually right now is not a bad, it's not a dump. We're not trending downwards. It's just a reallocation of liquidity. Arbitrum is like a sloth. I'm stuck with it. You know, here's the thing about Arbitrum. They were so hot earlier this year, and then a lot of the momentum got sucked out because of optimism. Optimism is now bigger than Arbitrum, and then it got sucked out some more by Base, and then now you got a new one called Mantle that's also doing very well. And then you got ZK Sync, which is another L2, but it doesn't have a token yet. So yeah, I think that's the reason. But it still has a ton of TVL. Way more than any other L2. So that could be it. And also Arbitrum had a big unlock. A huge unlock. So that also plays into it. Don't sell your Cybertruck. If anyone, I just heard this thing. They're supposed to have a delivery event. Okay. November 30th, and I heard they're only going to have 10 Cybertrucks available, and they're only giving them to employees. So no one that ordered will actually get it this year. So that's super disappointing because I guess they just can't manufacture them for whatever reason. Darwin. Let's look at those. Let's look at Solana's chart, even though I'm not a chartist, but let's look at it. So it took a breather today, and the 4-hour stochastic, close to bottoming out. RSI still heading down. The 1 hour looks pretty darn good. It already bottomed out. Let's look at the daily. Daily stochastic bottomed out. MACD is still crossing down, but you know, it might gain some strength. I think a lot of it went to Binance, so maybe Solana could go down a little bit more, but then again, you know, right here, $54. Maybe they hit 54, something like that. Let's look at Avalanche really quick. Avalanche, I mean, they've just been so hot recently. So they may fall to about $20, 2016. They're at 2070. So they're like already there. Their 1 hour is already bouncing. 4 hour is like near bottom. The daily could go down more. But then again, they're not far off. Stochastic not far off from it. I mean, Avalanche might be a good target. I mean, if it falls to like 2012 right here, could be a good one. I think, you know what? Tomorrow could just be a rally day. You know, today is such a weird day with the FUD, but Bitcoin is still rallying upwards. And when Bitcoin rallies up, it carries everything. So, I mean, tomorrow we could just see everything climb right back up. Let's look at Binance, BNB. BNB obviously had a good day today. Let's see here. It broke out of its recent high of resistance of 255. Where's the next resistance? It broke out of there. Yeah, that was an important one. The next one will probably be around here, like either 275. Yeah, I think the next one's gonna be 275. Let's draw a line here. Probably there. And then, man, and then after 275, it just breaks up to 300. What did I do with that line? I mean, look at this. That's a huge drop from before. I mean, it could stop here too, 285. But I think after 276, it go like right up there. So we'll see. If that settlement happens, This could be very bullish for Binance or BNB coin. SJ says Sol's fast like Flash, Ada, Snorlax. I don't. Okay. Jolamas, do you think Cardano has what it takes to stay ahead of AVAX and market cap rankings? I'm not sure about that. I think Avalanche is doing some exciting things, especially around games. I don't see any huge, hot triple games coming to Cardano. People ask about Cornucopias, which looks okay, but I don't think it's done anytime soon. And all these other chains are enticing a lot of big, gaming studio games to come aboard. So I don't know. I think Cardano will do well regardless, but can others flip above it? Quite possibly. But there's still a huge gap right now between Avalanche and Cardano. It has to basically double. And Polygon has to double too. These two are neck and neck right now. Would you switch from VET to AVAX? No, I would not. I mean, right now, AVAX is taking a break, so if we're looking at VET, oh, no, this is VThor. Let's do VET here. Yeah, VeChain, it has to break above here, which was back all the way in April 2023. So, you never know. If they break above, then they could get some momentum. VeChain, tends to be stagnant at times too, right? I just wish that VeChain concentrated more on B2B stuff, B2C stuff, more like DeFi stuff, liquidity pools, locking, staking, bridging, stuff like that locks in liquidity. Then it will help them, their price movement. Right now, it's just they're kind of concentrating only on B2B stuff. Someone said XRP is pumping. Not really. They pumped to 72 cents, 73 cents, and now they're coming down to 61 cents. XRP should be a lot higher after all the wins that they had. I'm tempted to throw along that Avalanche here. It went down a lot. Ronald, do you know if Delta Assets is a scam? It claims to be a BTC mining company. I've never heard of them before. Delta Assets, BTC mining. Delta Assets? It doesn't even show up. Ronald, I have no idea. Probably, I mean, I don't know if maybe they're just small. I don't know which one you're talking about, man. It's not showing up. Aragon, no. I have no clue. Getting back into TIA, I don't know. Celestia, pumped way too much. Kind of got burned with it. So, I mean, that's a huge drop. They're all the way back here. They could go even lower to 550. See, this is what happens when something gets too overhyped. It can fall really, really quickly. But the good thing is, it just fell back to November 17 levels, It is only 3 days. So that's the funny thing, you know. Things in crypto move very fast, but they basically fell to the level they were at 3 days ago. You know, I really have a feeling that all these that fell today could be just coming right back up tomorrow. Like, I honestly think there's no reason why. Right now, the momentum is still in Bitcoin and BNB. But, you know, once these guys start taking profits, especially from BNB, you could flow right back into everything else. Like, there's really no solid reason why, you know, they shouldn't be recovering. Today would actually be a really good DCA day. Like, it would be a really good DCA day. Disney working with NBA Top Shot creator to bring new assets on Flow. I think I heard something about that. I heard Disney working with Flow, but I don't know what they're working on. Matthew, if everyone is telling you to buy it, then most likely it's a scam. It's just a pump and dump. That's the one thing that I've learned. If everyone is telling you to look at something, that's usually when it's topped out and about to fall, or it's a pump and dump. You take your pick. Avalanche has jumped up and down so much, I bet it bounces back tomorrow. I mean, like, yeah, again, it's taking a breather, but no reason why it should continue to stay down. Let's look at, like, Matic, for example. Matic took a little breather back to where it was 2 days ago. Okay, so just lost 2 days of momentum. That's not bad. All the charts are pretty much showing the same thing. 1 hour bottomed out, maybe bouncing because of RSI, and MACD is flipping over. 4 hour can go down a little bit more, but you know, I would say it's gonna be retesting, like probably here. If I was Matic, I mean 79 cents would actually be a really good support level. Like, yeah, like Matic would be a good one right now to buy. I mean, all of them, like, look prime. This is like a good purchase. Cardano actually held pretty well. You can see Cardano didn't lose his gains from 2 days ago, right? So it's actually, Cardano is holding really well right now, too. It's up for the day. Hour and 4 hour didn't really break downwards. Not as much as the other ones. But even on the 4 hour, you can see stochastic is on its way down, despite the fact it didn't. So, I mean, Cardano's actually doing really well today. I don't know. I just feel like today is a DCA day. I'm going to load up a little bit here. You know what? I'm going to be very non-degen-y, okay? Let's just do a 10x here, okay? Very, very non-degen. You know what? I'll be even more or less degen. 5x, okay? So possibility of getting liquidated is very little. And I'm going to throw, let's say, let's just say $100. Where's the $100? Okay, I'm just going to throw $100 on Avalanche, and I'm going to throw some at Solana. Really conservative. 5x Solana. Let's just throw $100 in there. Oh, shoot. No. Shoot. I opened up a 25x. I'm going to try to close this. I should just close this now. Okay, we'll see where, before I end, I'm going to close this and make it a 5x. That was an accident. Oh, come on, Solana. I don't want you to go down too much. But Bitcoin still, I mean, Bitcoin is just so damn strong. You know, with all this fuddish news, Bitcoin still going up. That if that doesn't show you how strong Bitcoin is, nothing will. To have a major exchange in the US being sued and Binance, well, I guess the Binance news is good that there's a settlement, but still having a major exchange being sued at SEC and having Bitcoin go up, I mean, that's like a, you can't get better than that. You can't. Flair says, I'll be retiring in a few months because of crypto. I'm 33. Well, you're way, way, way ahead of the game. Congratulations if that's true. Because that's what everyone wants. Financial freedom or life-changing wealth, right? And if you're able to accomplish that at the age of 33, you're so ahead of the game. This is why I feel like people with kids, like especially young kids, if you get them to do DCA at a young age, just imagine after 10 years, 20 years, right? Their portfolio will be so huge. They'll be centimillionaires or billionaires, and they'll have you to thank for that. And then you can ask your kids to buy you the Lambos and the yachts and, you know, fly you around the world in a private jet, right? Thanks to you. You think I could be a millionaire if I have 140K in crypto right now? You know, the thing is, not to throw too much enthusiasm towards your way, okay? But I think that's a real possibility. If you're holding on to the right crypto, you know, that's like an 8x, a 7x. I mean, some of these crypto need to do a 7x just to get back to their previous highs. So not to like say for sure it can happen, but I would say you have a pretty good shot. Like if I had to do, you know, if I had to throw a percentage at that, I'd say it's probably like 50-50. Come on, Solana. I got to close on my 25x. Five minutes tomorrow. I don't think that's going to really show anything, to be honest. I mean, there's nothing that really... Nvidia closed at all-time high. Microsoft, I think, closed at all-time high. Altman supposedly got kicked out, hired by Microsoft, but now I'm hearing that the board is rethinking and they may hire him back as CEO. Something's weird going on with OpenAI. You could change the 25x position to 5x without closing the position. Can you really now? How do I do that? I don't think you can. Well, so far so good. Plus, yes, I made $2 on this. How much do DCA per month? That really depends on your income level. There's no right or wrong answer to that, okay? If you're working at McDonald's making $16 an hour, right? If you could DCA, if you could save enough, $100, you know, every few weeks, that's good. If you could save up more, you could do $100 every week, $400 a month, right? And if you could do more, it's even great. You know, better. So, I mean, it really depends on how much you want it, how much you could save, you know? And if you're not making enough, you're making enough just to pay their bills, well, then you got to do side hustles, right? I really think arbitrage is the easiest way to do it. If you need to make extra money, right, I think arbitrage, doing like garage sale flips or online flips, thrift store flips. I see so many people go to thrift stores, pick up like name brand clothes off the shelf or off the rack that still have their tags on them, and they'll sell it for double or triple the cost. Like, I see a lot of people do that. It takes time, but you could do it. So I think arbitrage, actually, you can easily make like $100 per week extra with minimal effort. They may rehire Altman because 500, 700 employees threatened to quit. Yeah, the thing is, why? What prompted them to want to kick out Altman? It makes no sense, but that would certainly cause them to reconsider. Well, I should just close this, but there's fees, so like I might just lose because of the fees. People keep saying I can change this to 5x. I don't know how you just change it to 5x. Yeah. You know, screw it. I'm just going to leave 25x on there. You know, instead of closing it, I'm just going to add a stop loss. That's what I'm going to do. Stop loss. Hey, if I lose 50% on this, out of the $100, I lose $51, right? I'll just set a stop loss rather than trying to worry about closing it. I'll set a stop loss on this Avalanche. Although it's a 5x, it's not going to trigger by tomorrow for sure. Enter amounts. All right, so just change your leverage and right. Oh, change the position, but add more margin. Oh, I don't want to add more. It's fine. I added $200. I lost like $300 on Celestia today, but my Bitcoin went up by $300, so it kind of evened out. We'll see. I just don't see why alts won't recover tomorrow. I could be 100% wrong on alts go down more, but the charts look decent, and Bitcoin keeps on going up. If Bitcoin is going up, then rest assured anything else can follow, right? And that's exactly what Bitcoin is doing. We've been following this trend line recently, despite all the up and down, still following it, and now we're gaining more strength. And we're getting closer and closer to breaking that 38,000. And then what's after 38,000, 39,000, what's after that? 40,000. DGen NFT coming up? Quite possibly. Oh. We missed this already. We're past the time. All right. You guys should go watch out this video. This is a great video by Phil from Suka. He's participating too. So you guys should watch it right after the stream. I'm going to link it to this description. Anyways, all right, guys, it's been long enough. Overall, Bitcoin is strong despite the FUD. So don't fall for it, okay? Don't fall for the FUD. Today's a great day to DCA alts, but also a great day to DCA into Bitcoin. You can't go wrong DCAing Bitcoin, okay? So stay strong, my friends. I'll see you guys tomorrow, same time, 8:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. And VeChain still buy? Question mark. Patrick, yes. All right. Have a good one. Take care. Bye-bye.